I think it's a bit of performance politics, demonstrating, and I think he needs to demonstrate it, that the Prime Minister recognises the huge importance of sorting out what's going on in the NHS. He said in his speech earlier this week that it was one of his 5 top priorities. I welcome that. And the fact that he's organised this summit today, I think, follows through on that statement. So I welcome that. The next question, of course, is what is going to emerge from this piece of performance politics. I've been involved in the summits at Number 10 myself in the past, and I think it's important that both the NHS leaders and the government side of the discussion go into that summit with a clear view of what they're going to try to achieve.
If you were still in government and you'd been told by your Prime Minister, right, you come round the table with us, how would you set the agenda? What would be the first thing you would try to get sorted out?
Well, I think there are 3 things would be on my mind. Number one, as you've already covered in your introduction, we can't sort out the health service until we sort out the pay disputes that are currently disrupting the health service. And so there does have to be a plan as to how the government is going to get itself out of the hole it's got itself into on pay. That's the first thing. The second thing is money. And The Guardian had a story yesterday which I think helps to explain some of the pressures where the government announced earlier late last year, in September last year, that it was going to make £500 million available to relieve winter pressures in social care, but hasn't yet released all of that money. Now, you can't use money effectively in a public service. You're trying to do it week by week. If there's £500 million for winter pressures, that should have been planned in October, November, and now urgently needs to be dealt with. So money is the second thing. And the third thing, I would avoid trying to get into targets and micromanagement. The senior managers of the health service that are coming into Downing Street today, they need to have the pay sorted out. They need the money, but then they need to be allowed the space to do the job rather than being second-guessed and their elbows constantly being jogged by ministers.